What's up, everybody? Welcome to a new video. Today we're going to be talking about a little bit of an abstract concept of Redbubble. Think about selling your Redbubble store. We're talking selling the whole entire store. It's an entirety. All of your hard work, every design you've ever worked on, selling all of it, even with the income flow that it brings in. For some people, that'll be a great decision to make. For other people, maybe not so much. You guys let me know in the comments. Is that something that you would be interested in? Is selling your store? Well, I've looked at some competitor, businesses, selling different businesses and things like that. And if you guys aren't familiar, Empire Flippers is a website or a team of people that you sign up with to actually sell websites. I've sold 3 websites with this company, and these guys are killers when it comes down to getting you a good deal for your business that you're selling. Now, I've never sold a Redbubble store with them. I don't even know if you can sell a Redbubble store with them. I don't think you can. Out of all the different, things here, Redbubble is not mentioned. But something that is mentioned is merch by Amazon. And look at the numbers here. We're looking at an average of 40x the monthly profit. And I know for a fact that in order for you to sell on Empire Flippers, you need to have, I believe, if you're going to have a business that's a straight up business, you have to be making more than $1,500 a month from it. So I kind of, I've been here, I've done that with websites, but I've never done that with, merch by Amazon, Redbubble, anything like that. I've never sold a store like that, which is pretty interesting. And I think by next year, that's something I want to do. I don't know if it's going to be through Empire Flippers. I mean, I don't even know if they allow that, but it'd be pretty interesting. If you guys check out these numbers here, this is the price of the store, the average of what it's going for, okay? This is the monthly net profit, right? And this is the multiple that it's selling for. So if you can see here, 40x multiple. If you're making $2,452 a month on merch, you can sell that store for roughly $100,000. And this 40x multiple, it's somewhere in the middle, right? It could be 36x multiple, it could be a 45x multiple, but generally with Empire Flippers, they sell your stuff pretty quick, like less than a month. So every single time I've sold something with them, it's never taken longer than a month to sell. We're talking a full-on business. They're good at what they do. It's interesting to me. If we're making, let's say, $2,500 on a Redbubble store, can we sell that Redbubble store for $100,000 eventually? Now, the reason why I say that is because, it's really not as hard as people think to get to that level. And I've spoken before how to do that. I've spoken the different numbers. I've said 60 designs per day, every day. 10 months, you get 18,000 design. I mean, I just went over the numbers. On an average, that's going to create $36,000 in terms of sales. If your design quality is average to above average, if your design quality is lower, it's going to take more work, obviously. If your tag quality is superior, you're going to be doing a little bit less work. But you get the point here, right? Is what I'm trying to say, is that it's possible to do this. You could see people doing on merch here $39,000 a month. If you're making $39,000 a month, let me ask you a question. Would you sell your business for $1.7 million roughly, or $1.66 million? Would you do that? I'm curious for the people listening. Now, for somebody who has sold their business in the past, and when I'm talking about the business that I relied on, this is the business that I built out of college. After I sold that business, I learned something about myself. I actually fell into a slight depression because I was used to getting this income cash flow. And I felt like I was some sort of failure if I didn't have an income cash flow, yet I had just sold, my baby, my business. And I don't know how to explain it, but when you're building a business day to day to day, and you actually sell it, sometimes you get seller's remorse, like some sort of seller type of regret, where you feel and you get these ideas like, man, I could have grew the business if I just kept it and all. It happens. It's natural. But I can't say that happens to everybody. I think that only happens to a few people. I know when I personally sold mine, I was very happy that it was gone. But a little bit after that, after a few weeks to a month, I was like, man, I think I lost out on something good, nice here. And that was because my cash flow went down, because that was the only business I was running. I didn't have multiple side incomes and all that. And that's kind of where the concept of this channel kind of arose, where I have the idea to create multiple flows of income as opposed to just building one really strong income flow. And I give this example all the time, but would you rather have 10 different ways to make $100, or would you rather have just one way to make 1,000? For me, I would even take a pay cut if I have the 10 different ways. You know, if you give me $50 from each different way, I'm okay with that because it's 10 different ways, right? I'm not risking to lose it. But if I lose it and I'm only going with one method, then I'm losing it all. And that's kind of the approach. The thing for me is, if I ever decide to sell a Redbubble store, I need to have other stores making me money. Now, we're on that track, but not to where I want it to be. I want it to be to where if I did sell a store, I wouldn't even feel it, and I have a replaceable gameplay. And that's kind of the whole concept of this year. And I told you guys, this year, 10 designs per day, every day, until the year's over. I mean, not 10 designs, sorry, 60 designs per day until the year's over on 10 stores. So it's a lot. It's a lot. But I'm curious, if you're making, guys, 40 grand a month, roughly, selling merch or selling, you guys know what I mean, selling on Redbubble, whatever. Would you sell that business that's generating 40 grand a month in profit, right? This is after all that stuff, for 1.7 million. Would you do it? That's my question. Would you do it? I don't know. I think it just depends on what people, believe, right? What people do. If you're making, let's say, 11.7 grand a month, would you eventually sell that business for 470 grand? These are some interesting questions. I mean, some people believe in not selling and just keep growing. Some people believe that, eventually this business is going to come to an end. Let me sell it. Let me get rid of it. It just depends on who you are and what you think. So I'm not going to keep this video longer than it is. I've been doing some research on where I could actually sell a Redbubble store, because I want, when the time to come, I'm able to actually do it. I haven't been able to really find anything other than selling from peer-to-peer. And I'll be honest, with Redbubble, the selling market where you sell stores is not as prevalent because of how easy the barrier to entry is to Redbubble. There really is no barrier to entry. You could just go create an account and get started. So I'm curious. I don't think that Redbubble has any problem with it. Like, I don't think there's any rules against that. The whole IP thing, you're allowed to have different IP addresses and log into different IP addresses through Redbubble. Amazon, you're not. Amazon is much more strict. So what I'm trying to say really is, what's the deal? What are we allowed to do? And on top of that, where are the websites that we can actually get it done? If any of you guys know of any websites where you can actually sell a Redbubble store, and I'm not talking about like on Facebook where you list it and hope somebody buys. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a straight up marketplace. I checked Flippa, but I don't think Flippa you can really do anything on there, including Redbubble. I'm not sure. I've never sold on Flippa. I've never dealt with Flippa. I've just seen, from an outside perspective, but, I can't really speak for Flippa. But with that being said, you guys let me know. I'm really interested to hear what you guys have to say. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out. Bye.